All right, welcome everybody to our live one-on-one hot seat. First time we've ever done this. Great to have anybody who's been able to sit through our technical difficulties. I appreciate your patience. This is also going to be here on for replay. So drop a hashtag live in the chat if you're watching live. Drop a hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. Love to hear from you as we go on what your biggest takeaways are that you can apply. Also want to congratulate Ryan Concannon. Did I say that right, Ryan?
Yep, that's good.
From Columbia, Missouri.
Yep,
Ready to do this?
I am. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we're excited to do a hot seat here today. And what we've got here for you is I'm gonna go into like one-on-one mode. Like I'm gonna pretend that there's nobody here watching. It's gonna just be you and me, Ryan, talking, asking you questions. So I'm gonna try and come off my hypey voice and just get into coach voice here. So um, what we want to do here is just open up the screen share. I know you already took some time working through this, so I'm going to just open up your document here. And really,
Perfect.
what we're looking to do is and first of all, thank you for being open. Ryan is you're new to getting started online, so Ryan, before we kind of dive into your data here, what we're going to be doing here is going through your goals. I'd like to hear it from you. What's working, what's not working for you. We're going to dig into your offer analysis. We're going to take a look at your program name, tagline, benefit statement, pricing structure. We're going to do some financial projections here as well to figure out exactly how many calls you need to book per day to hit your revenue goals. And then we're going to come up with a game plan based on what parts of the business, there's different pillars that we're going to have to concentrate on to hit these goals. Um, Typically, for most people to get to about, I would say 20 to 30K per month, it's just focused on audience growth and the amount of calls you book.
Okay.
Once we want to start going to 30 to 50K per month, we have to start looking at what's happening in this department. Once we really want to start to scale to 50 to 100K months, we have to start looking at what's going on in these departments. So just to manage expectations, like your marching orders are going to be primarily built around audience growth and booking calls. So fun
Perfect.
tactical stuff.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Thank
Ryan,
you.
why don't you just tell me a bit about yourself, like how long you've been in the industry, what you do, and what brought you into the online world.
Absolutely. So currently work at a mortgage company here in town. We do veteran loans, so biggest in the country. So I'm, real estate and mortgage. Been in fitness my whole life. Played college baseball. Worked out, almost every day since. I think twice I took off 10 days from lifting. So I've always been big into lifting, big into working out in the fitness industry on my own. But I've never really taken the step to help others. I've always helped other people around me at work, things like that, but I never really took the nutrition part super serious as well. I was the perfect example of, hey, you lift as hard as you can. You can kind of eat what you want, drink on the weekends, do stuff like that. And I have my second kid on the way. He's 8 weeks now, but towards the end of last year, I figured I needed to kind of get my nutrition on lockdown. Stop the drinking, do that stuff. So I really started to focus on myself. Started implementing morning routine, my nutrition, everything like that, and I started seeing the benefits instantly. And I figured now that I'm 38, it's time to kind of help other people. And I just, finally started using Instagram for the right reasons, instead of just posting and scrolling for memes, stuff like that. So January is when I started, just kind of documenting my journey on my own. And then from there, I just realized it's what I want to do and I kind of want to help people. So just kind of doing it on the side for now. Still have a full time job, but it's something that I love to do and would love, if that could actually take over full time.
Amazing. Okay, I gotcha. Thank you for sharing all that. So
For sure.
um, let's just dive into maybe in your words. I always like to know income goal, like what's this going to give you and what's this going to remove for you? How did you come up with that number?
It's weird when I set goals. Obviously, like I want that to be much higher, but with my current job, I make good money now. It's just one of those things where if I could do 15 or 20K just by the end of the year, I think obviously because the first half of the year's been pretty slow overall, and I knew it was going to. A lot of this is just proving to myself that I can continue to do it and not quit. And that's why I wanted to do the coaching program with you guys, and that's why I dove in headfirst with you guys as well. But if I can get to that by the end of the year, or even 3/4 of the year, then I'm proving to myself that this is the right path. And obviously, I'm doing it to help other people. But if I can show the value by making that much money too, then I can justify, spending 2, 3 hours every night, after my wife goes to bed in the mornings as well to kind of spend the time to do it.
Gotcha. Okay, good, good. Um, yeah, 15K months, like we've seen people do it as quickly as 30 days, 60 days. It really is, you're going to see in the financial projections is how many calls you can book.
Yeah.
And it's really just a skill set of being consistent with conversations, hitting KPIs, closing on the phone. You're going to see like how close you are, but at the same time, it's like push-ups. I always say push-ups are simple, but until I tell you to do, all right, let's knock out 100. It's like
Yeah.
when everything we're doing tonight is very simple, but it's not easy.
Yep.
We got to do it all the time, and when you're sore, when you don't want to, etc. So, let's talk a bit about the impact. So, who do you want to serve? Who would be your dream client?
So it's funny, a couple of the guys that I've already gotten, I realize they're kind of my ideal client. So I've kind of based a lot of the stuff just around them and what they've really needed from me, which has been kind of helpful to have those people so close to the beginning of my journey where I can really, almost lean into them as much as they're leaning into me as far as how to
Mm.
learn what they need and what's going to help the messaging and kind of what, the reason they started and the reason they're going to keep going. So I figured, so I just turned 38. So I'm thinking that 35 to 45 range is kind of key for me. Men that, maybe done some, working out in the past, they could be new to it. I've always been big into building muscle, stuff like that, but there's not a lot of 35 to 40-year-olds that still want to focus on that. And a lot of the guys that I want to work with are guys that just like, hey, you need to get back in the gym. You need to drop that, 25 pounds in the next 90 days or 6 months, really help yourself out a lot.
Can I ask you a question? Like, what are you more passionate about? Like, what was your story? Like, were you overweight and got jacked, or were you skinny and got jacked? Because I seen you like you're a big dude in a good way.
In a good way, I mean, in good or bad, I was never fat. I think I got up to maybe 230, but that was when I was lifting at my heaviest. I was six, at 220, 230. And now, now that I've, cut pretty hard and, really focused on my nutrition and basically all the workouts are almost the same minus my morning routine that I've done for the past 6 months. But now I'm down to like that 196, 200. And that's pretty good weight for me. I don't know if I want to get much lighter because I do hold my muscle pretty well and I'm pretty strong naturally. So it used to be like, hey, let's see how big you can get. Now it's more about mobility, being active with your kids and, really just cutting fat.
Okay. What do you get more excited about teaching though? Like how to build muscle, like playing and bang and muscle building workouts, hypertrophy stuff, or do you like more like circuit type training, conditioning, fat loss kind of stuff?
I mainly love, actually a lot of the workout splits I do are one body part a week because I still have the time to do it. I make time to do it. So I work out 4 to 5 days a week. So I'm usually hitting one, maybe two body parts a week. Um, but I've always believed if you work out the right way, you're going to build muscle and lose fat as long as your nutrition's on point too. So I don't really believe in, as unnecessary cardio. I walk a lot just because I'm active, but I don't do any extra cardio. I don't really do that on my plan. People can do that if they want, but I don't want them to have to carve out time to do extra cardio.
Got it. Okay, so I'm listening for what makes you unique because this is where all the money is.
Okay.
So a couple things that just kind of jumped out was like anti-cardio, right? Like anti-cardio fat loss. The non-cardio fat loss coach. It's like right there, like that's big.
Okay.
So the very first thing I'm looking for is like, how do we differentiate you from all the other fat loss coaches out there? Like the non-cardio fat loss coach, like that's a big idea because it's counterintuitive. Like anything that's counterintuitive grabs attention, makes people lean in. Other thing is like I hear what you're saying. We kind of have to figure out like what's your messaging. And I just want to jump on over here to your page as well. So Coach Dad's ditched the dad bod and stop feeling like shit in under 3 hours per week. Okay, cool.
That was just from our
Um,
call the other day. We threw that together really quick. We're still working on it.
no worries. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So right now we'll come here to optimize this in a little bit, but we definitely want to give you a title. So Ryan Concanon with one of those dashes, or not dashes, but those lines, and then like what do you exactly do? So for me, it would be like the skinny guy savior, world's #1 muscle building coach, or fitness business coach. So we want to give you the title because nobody else will give you a title. I learned that.
Yeah.
You got to give yourself the title. So coach is good. This is good. Um, Added some emojis here too, a first, second, third line. because I would add like your credentials, very first line, something like, lost 30 pounds of belly fat and lean 365 days a year, like something just about like your transformation.
Okay.
Because it's like for me, like I would advertise, I would put from 140 to 190 drug free. Like that's my claim to fame. 149 to 190 in 6 months drug free. Like, because when you're first starting, you need to immediately tell people, I'm an expert at this transformation. I've done it on myself. If I can do it, you can do it too. So right out of the gates, like people need to know, like I've done this transformation. Um, we'll come back to this. Yeah, we definitely want to have like a specific number amount of weight. 3 hours per week is good. But there's something jumped out when you kind of were talking about you're talking about like more muscle building, hypertrophy training, correct?
Yeah, that's the thing is I believe in that 10 to 12, maybe 15 rep range, anti cardio, but like if you build the muscle the right way, you're going to lose fat. You're going to build the body you want, as long as you eat the right stuff too. So, I don't really believe in like lifting to tone per se. I've never really believed that's how you do it.
Great. And is there anything like I want it? So you're doing like, is that at home workouts, at gym workouts? And these guys have to like, what's your thing? Do they have to be like ready to go to the gym, or where do they train?
In a perfect world, I'd want them to do at least 3 days in the gym. I have a 3 day, 4 day, and 5 day split that I've currently made for people, but I also have a couple clients that do only at home stuff. One strictly dumbbells 3 days a week, so I built it specifically for him. So the good thing is with some of the newer people that I've had, especially from work, and a couple people that I reached out to that I wanted to help, like, hey, I want to help you. You do this program for me, you do that stuff. We can kind of help each other because I need some testimonials and some clients as well. I've built the programs and now I can, continue to model those moving forward.
Got it. And you said 3 hours a week. So this is like generally these are like shorter workouts.
Yeah, the ones I build are usually 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah. So I think another idea that I would start to really build the page around are like what guys want are muscle building workouts. Like so short, intense muscle building workouts to shred fat. And then we know the calorie deficit does that. I get it. But at the same time, there's something to be said about like we build muscle so that your body burns fat. Um,
Yeah.
like a lot of people are selling fat loss are afraid to lean in on the muscle, but like muscle still sells.
Yeah.
Like if your whole brand is around like muscle, 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 like the reason you can't lose the fat is because you're not doing short, intense muscle building workouts. That's another like really strong angle so that you can attack all these like, high rep workouts. It's more like, guys, you just need to add muscle to your body.
Yeah.
So you also have like this idea of like recomp. Um, you're almost like, you know, recomp. I mean, I don't know if you remember the guy Chad Waterbury back in the day wrote for I don't know what he does anymore, but he wrote for T Nation. He had this crazy cool program called the 10, something like the 10-10 um, recomp program, or I think it might have been 10-10-10. And it was like lose 10 pounds, gain 10 pounds, and lose 10 pounds of fat, gain 10 pounds of muscle in 10 weeks, which is an
Yeah. I mean,
extreme trans. Remember that?
yeah, I definitely remember that because, yeah, the way you put them all together made it sound really good and really appealing to most people.
Do you have any like you got that number 35? Like I'm huge on numbers. And if we can come up with some form of messaging around like you're helping guys over 35 lose 35 pounds of fat, um, you know, 3 to 5 workouts a week. It's like numbers, like you just have to do something with numbers that like are unique to you. Like we did with Ben Pekulski, MI 40 days,
Yeah.
40 minutes, 40-second sets, 40-second rest periods. Like we just built the whole brand around that number 40. Massive brand, multi seven figures within a few years. So I'm going to give you like just for the sake of time here today, but I want you to get kind of creative around like what could we call this program that has kind of like this kind of theme because this is really interesting. Like that, like who would not want to sign up for that program?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that
I
still
went
sounds
looked at
intriguing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're just, what is it? Like you're gonna have guys DMing you just like, hey, how's this work?
Yeah.
Because you've got like the curiosity like built right into the name.
Yeah.
So I feel like these are the things that are all these popping up to me just like literally on first glance.
Okay.
Okay. Um, okay, cool. Let's just come up here. This is all good. So when I mentioned delivery, delivery is just what do you want your program to include? Is it an app, PDFs? But at the end of the year, what are we delivering, guys? Is there a weekly coaching calls or weekly check-in? How's it work?
Yeah, so currently what I'm doing and what I would like to get to is everything's, through Trainerize. I have the whole onboarding process set up pretty good. So a lot of it, I have all the check-ins and all the follow-ups already in there with the weekly Friday weigh-ins and then the weekly questionnaire. I looked at some of the training you guys had. I implemented that instantly to the people that I was already working with. So then they can fill that out Friday mornings, and then I can go through, and if needed, I can do a Loom call and a video to send them on Sundays if that's something they need. If not, if they text me or they message me through the app during the week, I can actually just stay in front of them throughout the week to make sure they're hitting their goals. But if it is something that they need, I can do that Loom call on Sundays and then send them that feedback instantly. So it would be
Gotcha.
through Trainerize. And then anytime I do onboard somebody, I send them about 3 to 5 PDFs that automatically go out to them. Basically, my shopping list, eat this, not that, a quick, macro trainer, just my macros made easy sheet that I send out to people and that I'm kind of using as every now and then, kind of as a lead magnet. And so I send all that out to them just so they can kind of understand what we're doing.
Amazing. So what I would want you to include in that is create a getting started guide. I'm going to give you something. It's a little advanced, but it's super badass.
Okay.
Um, I actually learned this from Bedros when I think Bedros taught me this when I hired him, paid him 50 grand in 2017, first year I was in the Empire Mastermind. He gave me this super cool. I freaking don't have it. It's packed somewhere in one of my boxes, but it's called um, the No BS Guide to Taking Massive Action and Kicking Ass. It's
Okay.
basically how your top students get results. And it could literally be like a recording from you. It could be like a 10 to 20 minute recording. It could be a video. It could be a PDF, but it's essentially a checklist of who they need to be.
Okay.
So they have to be an action taker. They have to be a hard worker. They have to do their check-ins weekly. So basically tell them the behaviors of how they need to act inside the program and come up with like your top 10 list.
Okay.
So it's like how to you could come up with a fun name like how to kick ass um, in 12 weeks. So it's basically how to make the most of your coaching because most behavioral change is all built around identity changes, like how
Okay.
they see themselves. So not selling them on like what they need to do, but who they need to become. So like you need to be an action taker and stop being a whiny little bitch. All
Yeah.
right. You need to be a man of your word and not a wishy-washy punk. Right. So like you use that kind of language to speak to them because once you get to 10 calls or sorry, 10 members, I want you to do a weekly group coaching call.
Okay. And that's what I
And this
originally had
is
set up was, almost like the group coaching or the group stuff at the lower price point, and then, the elite, individual stuff. But obviously, like for now, I unfortunately can still do everybody individually. So that's what the
yeah,
pricing's at, which is good because it's helping me kind of learn and grow and, get my feet wet is what I need to do so I can actually build a better program. But that's what I hopefully, want to get to. So I'm excited about that.
yeah, this is perfect. We don't need to spend any more time on this because you've got this. So this is your scalable group model. It's out easily 50 clients. And then once you're at about once you're at 50 clients, you'll hire your first assistant coach.
Pretty crazy to even think about.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of just put you in the future. Yeah, hire your first assistant coach, which is really cool. Really good coaches can handle anywhere from like I know Frank, he has a big Frank, he has a coach. He has like 80 coaches on his team. He does multiple 8 figures a year. He
Wow.
has one guy that handles 115 clients, but his average coach handles about 60 clients. So
Okay.
once you're in around like the 50-ish range, you're going to need one coach for about every 50 clients, unless they're like really efficient at
Okay.
their job. But just to kind of give you an idea, so you should be able to handle 50 clients, no problem. Okay. Okay,
Sure.
that's good. Any questions just on your delivery of your program?
No, I mean, that right there is super helpful. I appreciate it.
Okay, sweet. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got some so we talked about delivery, action steps below. All right, this is awesome. I love all this. Great work. Um, God honors those who honor him. So I always love to say it's his to give, ours to manage.
Absolutely.
Um, okay. Okay, so what's getting the people to book the call, wants to speak with them, having good luck getting. All right, let's just cross that word out. Um, I'm having success.
There you go.
We're just gonna delete that.
It's weird how
Uh,
easily we write that and then we see it and realize that's not what's happening.
yeah, I'm having success getting the book to book the call. This is good. So still working on building my audience, especially my ideal client on Instagram. Okay, cool. So we'll spend the bulk of our time here. Do you have a program name?
No, and that's what Colton and I were working on was just kind of getting my ideal client, everything like that. Our call was really great. But one thing we didn't nail down was just like what the program. And I think kind of because I didn't have it there and, some of the stuff that, you just kind of threw together up top, right above it, is actually really good. So if we did something like that, I think that's going to help a lot more.
Yeah, I always say like I love naming stuff, but it's kind of like naming your kid like it's not my job. That's your
Yeah.
you know. So this is your baby, right? Like you get to name your baby, but use some of these principles we talked about. You know, I always like a benefit like aggressive fat loss in 90, 90 days. Something that's very if you're ever in doubt, just go with something super clear, you
Yeah.
know. Um, I'm going to let you work on the tagline, program name, bring that to a call, or we can flush that out. But I would up this. This is kind of like it's just not exciting.
Okay.
Helping busy dads, and I would use like a word more like strip, shred, melt. Just make this more exciting. Blast. Just something that's like you have like almost if I can strip, shred, melt, blast, I have like it just implies like you're doing something different.
Okay.
Um, and just 30.
And then in that, I know we spoke about it, and a lot of your training is just to focus on the one thing. And I know that's going to help the ideal client, but is it worth throwing anything about muscle there or just talk about that in the plan once I get them?
Yeah, yeah, I'll help you with that. Um, I mean, I'll show you one of my best-selling programs here. I don't know if you've seen the 30-day metabolic reboot. See if this even opens up here. Pretty sure. Um,
Yeah, that's a good
yeah,
it's a good program name.
some really good sales copy on this page if it opens here. But it talks about muscle definition. Maximizing fat loss and muscle definition. So what I would probably do is, I don't know what's going on here. So let's just go back. Benefit helping busy dads. There, let's just see if we can write this out under the program tagline. Um, I mean, most of these dudes, their metabolisms have slowed down to like 70-year-old.
Yeah,
So I mean, what's your program built around? Like maximizing fat loss, metabolism, and muscle definition. Those
perfect.
are the three benefits. Like, I mean, like what you're because you're a big guy. So like when I see him, like this guy's obviously eating. And I think you should leverage that because I don't want to just be scrawny. I want to have some muscle on me. So I think the appeal of like when we add muscle to your body, guess what, guys? We're gonna get to eat 6 cups of rice a day, whatever. Like we can actually eat like a man. I think
Yeah.
that's some other good messaging. Like we're going to burn the fat off with the muscle. We're not starving it off.
For
All right.
sure.
So I think like maximizing fat loss, metabolism, and muscle definition are like that's good. Like shit, that sounds like a good program. I want to sign up.
Yeah.
And even on the fat, like I would just put like belly fat, your gut, gut, belly fat, because I mean this is where every dude stores it. So
Yeah. And just
I would
kind of
just
call it out, make it feel more personal.
yeah, just make them feel horrible about like being a fat slob, basically.
Yeah. I mean, the guys that have
This is
approached me at work, I mean, that's literally what they do. They walk up and be like, dude, I need to get rid of this. I mean, they literally, that's what guys do. They grab their belly. So it's understandable.
so aggressive fat loss in 90, good vibe gut. I mean, I want you to have some fun with this because you got to own this good vibe gut in 90. Like, you want to figure out like who do I want to be known for? Like, I'm the guy that helps you say goodbye to your gut. Goodbye, gut for good. Oh, 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 dude, watch this. You could do like goodbye gut in 90 is like that's like your main program. And then your continuity program, like after 90 days, it's goodbye gut for good.
That's good.
This is like how to keep it off for life, and then this is how to get rid of it.
That's
Just some
awesome.
ideas. I'll let you play with that. Yeah. Um, okay, so let me just kind of clarify the villains. This has
Okay.
got to be way more controversial. So, I mean, your villains, what you're doing is you're deflecting responsibility off of them. So saying you don't want them to be able to like feel crappy about themselves. You want them to see like they're being screwed over by somebody. So it's
Okay.
like pills, powders, potions. It's like
Oh, yeah.
you got to attack the crap that's just like, guys, come on, listen up. You're wasting your time. You got to throw all this stuff in the garbage.
Yeah.
Um,
And I preach a lot of that because I'm 38 and I've tested my testosterone and it's terrible, but I've never gone to the doctor. I'm not going to do TRT anytime soon. So so again,
oh,
natural all the way.
dude.
So, I definitely believe in it's what you eat and how you lift.
Yeah, I know for some guys it's no big deal. I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but if that's your position, I would be like, and no TRT. If
Yeah.
you're comfortable, like, because every dude's going on TRT now. I mean, guys in their mid 20s are on
Yeah.
TRT now. Like, if you can be like, dude, shred fat, build muscle, no TRT. Like, dude, you built your whole brand around no TRT, uh, no BS supplements. I mean, heck, you could even just go, um, no TRT, no cardio, no BS.
Yeah.
Dude, that's $1 million business right there.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's what I firmly believe in. I know it would help me. And I think I'm in like the mid to low twos, but it is what it is. I don't have any, side effects. So I'm going to run with it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I would hammer that for sure. Let's talk about your pricing. So right now, what are you charging for 12 months or sorry, 12 weeks?
12 weeks is the
750?
750 if they sign up front, or 300 a month, depending on how they want to pay.
Dude, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
750 USD or repay right into auto bill or 300 a month.
Okay.
Um, they need to give you 60 days written notice to cancel. Include that in your promise document.
Okay.
That way you can start building up this recurring revenue. And
Yeah.
yeah, you're
That
good.
training was awesome in the training I went through because before it was like, hey, we do the 3 months and it's almost like, when do I bring it up? How do I bring it up? And that was just awesome to say like, hey, that's just what we're going to do because it's going to take, it's going to take more than 3 months for you to hit your goals. So let's continue to work together, especially to build that muscle.
100%. Yeah. I think you're going to be by the end of the year, $1,500, but it all comes down to like people debate pricing. It all comes down to how much money you make. Like we have a coach, Kevin, he knocks out 50K months and his program's $1,000. He just gets a high conversion rate selling it through the DM. Others, hit 50K months and they have way fewer clients, but they have higher price points. So at the end of the day, it comes down to like, what kind of business do you want? Like, do you want a big community, lots of people? If so, keep your price point lower.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, like, I just want to have fewer clients and higher price to entry, then you go the opposite direction. I'm a big believer in building a community because like your like first 100 members are like going to be the backbone of your business. Like they're going to stay with you the longest. So making it like a no-brainer for them to renew, like over delivering in value, they're going to get your referrals, they're going to get you the renewals, recurring revenue. They're going to build up your LTV, transformations. So I would rather you keep it like on the lower side and like have a super high close rate. Like I'm talking 70, 80%.
Okay.
And then when it's like just ridiculously easy to close, then we go up to 1,000, 1,250, 1,500, just keep moving it up until like your close rate drops under 50%. Then that's your threshold.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be quick. So let's just break down some numbers. Monthly cash goal. So your average price, 750. So let's see, 15,000 divided by 750 is 20 clients a month, 20 new clients a month. So you know what your close rate is?
Don't have a ton of numbers, but basically, I mean, I think 3 out of 4 people I've gotten on the phone or I've talked to about it haven't had an issue with it. It's just like I said, getting the clients.
Okay.
So maybe it's just because I haven't gotten too many that's why the close rate is high. You know, I haven't had to sift through a lot, so that's good.
So that would be, say, 70% close rate. So you need 28 people to show up. You know what your show up rate is?
Everybody but one guy was like, he just kept pushing off, but everything else, so it's probably like 80 or 90, which is, you know, I feel pretty good about.
Okay, so that's basically, we're just going to make it around 30. So 90% show up rate. You need 30 book calls a month to hit 15K per month. So I'll break this down. So 30 divided by 4 weeks. Just make it 7. So 7 calls per week divided by 7 days in a week. If you're working like 5 days a week, you're basically have to book 2 calls on one day. It basically works out to 1 call per day. That's your KPI. So, you know, if I was running your business, I wouldn't get out of your bed until like you book 1 call. Like this is the #1 metric that means more than anything else.
Okay.
So now let's just run through your, before we even do audience growth, I just want to look at like strategies to help you book more calls. All right, cool. So, cool, we got this. So this is good. I would redo this post, but I would do I already looked at it. Actually, it's pretty good. But what I would do is I would just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And I would use the getting to know you post. Let me think. New guy in our group, we just did this together, Gut Whisperer. Okay, so
Because I think that was also at like 60 days. So like obviously I've dropped another, I mean, I've cut up a little bit too. So if I need to like redo with the new picture, but just keep it the same, that's fine with me too.
yeah, we're gonna go pure tactical right now. Very first thing is I want you to model this. This is his welcome post. Hello, new and long time Instagram friends. I'm so and so. And then you're gonna say like you're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff about like who you are, words I live by, family fun fact. And you'll see that I use the same framework.
Okay.
We have a kind of a template for this welcome post. What's up, IG friends? It's Vince here. So you'll see the same template. I'll show you another.
Yeah, one of the females that you talk about in one of your podcasts I listened to last week had a really good intro too. Yep, Carrie Holman.
Yeah, you'll see. There it is. So
Yep.
I'm just going to link that in your document. So for calls, first, just optimize your profile. We'll talk about your pin posts here. So 1 second. That's your welcome post.
Okay.
That'll be your first one. Your next one is who's my coaching for? All right, this is a fun one. You could do some carousels. Actually, now I'll show you Andrea. You'll see, what's his name? Um, Brandon, the gut whisperer, he did this as well, but this is the next one I want you to do, pin post, and I want you to talk about, this is going to be identity selling. So you're going to have like fun with this and put your personality into this. So this is kind of like that onboarding document I had. So like this is, you don't sell like your struggle, what their struggles are, but you sell them on who they need to be. So action takers, highly motivated men. The more you learn, the more you know, the more you grow. So you kind of see like she's selling extreme responsibility, right? Sick
Okay.
and tired of being sick and tired, because this person who reads this post is going to be a great client. So this is
Yeah.
going to be who your coaching is for post. So I'll put that here.
It almost filters out
Uh,
people from the get-go too.
exactly. The next one, um, I forget. Did you have in-person clients or anything?
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, good or bad, most of my clients are people that are from around here or that I've kind of known before. So there are a couple that do like work with me.
Okay.
He's a
So
good
you got
fellow
a
too.
couple options here. I'd love to see when you come up with the name for your brand. Robert's got great branding to ditch your dad bod blueprint. Like I would build your whatever your program name is. I'd have a pin post of one of your clients.
Okay.
Now, looks like he's got a single client, which is fine. You could also do um, a collage of a whole bunch of clients, but we want some social proof as well. So now that's optimized for conversions.
Okay.
Um, all right, and then this is an excellent example. I'm just going to like cut and paste this because this is such a good example for you to model.
Okay.
So profile, name, specialty, creator. I want you to model this for yourself.
Okay.
This is a perfect format. Okay, so now we got that taken care of. So this is good. Okay. Yeah, okay. Um, Now, eventually, what I'd like you to do once per month minimum, twice per month more ideal, is we're going to do a two-step post like this. It can be a reel or it can be a graphic of a giveaway, but this could be comment me if you want my 2,000 calorie shred meal plan to lose, to lose your lower belly fat um, in record time. You can
Okay.
have a reel here talking about it, but what we want is a post that's going to generate inbound messages. So you can see got all these folks asking
Yeah.
for this Loom video. So this is going to be something we do all the time. I'll show you just a couple other folks. Megan, um, she just crushed it not too long ago with. I would have done the visual a little different because it's a little hard to find, but where is it? I think it was this a full day of eating. No, it was a full day of eating. Yeah, hang on a second. Just she pinned it. Look, she's a fast action taker. I had a call with her this morning. 158 comments
Wow.
done for you. A full day of eating. So great video, and she's asking you shall receive. So she's basically giving away done for you meal plan, and like you can see all the inbound messages she got. So this is what we need to set up for you. So I'm going to give you her post as an example.
Okay.
So what we're doing here is This is optimize your pin posts once a month. The more you can do, the better. Like the optimal frequency is once a week, but if you could do once a month to start and scale it up to twice per month.
Okay.
Everybody calls these different in the industries, two-step posts. Some people call it value exchange content. Some people just call it a giveaway. It's all the same thing. All right. And these things are like, add 1 inch to your arms in 21 days. It's like very tactical, instantly implementatable. My 2,500 calorie, my 2,500 calorie shredding meal plan.
Awesome.
My full body recomp workout, and test different things. You'll start to see like, oh, guys just want bigger arms, so I'm going to stick to that.
Okay.
So these are, again, very tactical giveaways that are going to get massive amounts of hand raises. And then just to show you the sequence, it's really straightforward. What happens here is on these posts, people ask for it. Right. So let's just take a look at somebody here. All right. See if my setter's doing his job. Okay. So this guy requested it. So check your inbox. The French guy. Okay. Now we're inside here. Okay. Looks like he was requesting other stuff that he didn't engage with. Hang on a second. So let's take a look at another guy.
Yeah, your setters do a good job. I was talking to him in your Facebook and your Instagram box there for a little bit.
Oh, nice. Hey, Zoo. Sometimes it's me, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
a bit of, oh, here
I
we
could
go.
tell
Here we
because I
go.
was like, hey, I'm talking to you both, and I think we already signed up. So I was like, you got me already. We're good.
That's hilarious. Yeah, yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew what I was doing when I signed up.
Good, good. All right, this isn't even. All right. He's really good. Okay, Hina, there we go. So Hina just joined our coaching program 2 nights ago. So welcome, girl, if you're watching this. So she requested a giveaway.
Okay.
And I want you to watch this flow. So because this language is very, very specific, I'm going to kind of deconstruct this because a lot of people do this strategy we just discussed, but they don't know, like, they know what to do, but not how to do it. So I want to just deconstruct this because this is where, like, there's a lot of money. So, hey there, we get so many, it's hard to like personalize every one.
Yeah.
So, and you can set this up down the road with mini chat. But for now, you just do it manually. So, hey there, I see that you requested my IG story selling framework that will help you scale to 10, 20, and even 40K months using just your phone. So the very first thing is acknowledge what they just did. So the formula is ACA. So write that down, ACA, acknowledge. All right. And then we're going to complement and create curiosity. So ACA, complement and create curiosity. So I actually create curiosity first. This turned into an 18-minute video of pure value. I even dropped a framework I paid 10K for recently and exactly what to say in your video. So curiosity, crap, now I really want it. It's yours free for being an action taker. So this is where we complement them. And this is called identity selling. If I call you an action taker and then invite you to book a call, you're like, shoot, I'm an action taker. What do action takers do? They take action. So you want to acknowledge them, compliment them on the behavior that they've taken, which is a behavior of a high status individual.
Okay.
It's yours free for being an action taker. And then we ask a question. So ACA, is this the best place to send it over to you? Some people will drop their emails. She said, yes, thanks. Here you go. Now, this was a whole full-blown like 18-minute training. Very good content. Now, we don't wait to send this follow-up message. It comes right away.
Okay.
By the way, how's biz going for you? Anything exciting for the Q2? So what we're doing here is I like to start with trying to see if there's any pain. Because if somebody's not in pain, they're not going to talk to me.
Yeah.
So I don't say, hey, so what are your goals? We have a formula called POP, problems, obstacles, possibilities. POP. It's the simplest DM framework ever. So POP is problems. So, hey, how are you looking coming into the summer? You know, you ready for beach season, bro? You ready for those pool parties? So oh dude, I'm so far behind. Oh man, I've been slacking. We want to find if there's a problem. If they're like, yeah, man, I'm already shredded. Okay, congrats. Like there's nothing to sell this guy.
Yeah.
But most guys are gonna say, like, oh, I've been slacking, I get killed on my weekends, I'm so busy. So with the problem, we want to now um, we want to ask two questions around the problem. Um, what's been the duration of this problem? So how long has this been going on for? And then we want to find out how's it been impacting them. So duration and impact, duration, impact. Impact is oh shit, man, how's that been affecting your personal life, work, question mark, time with kids, question mark, job, question mark, relationship with the wifey, question mark, right? They were like, oh dude. So some guys are going to write a novel. Those are your guys. And then the
Yeah.
next question is obstacles. Oh, how come, what have you been struggling with most? Or it could be, how come you haven't been able to do this on your own? I always like to ask that question. So what's prevented you from doing this on your own?
Okay.
You clearly know it's a problem. You just told me it's a problem. So why haven't you fixed it? And I always like to ask them on your own. Why haven't you been able to fix this on your own? Because they're acknowledged now. They're going to open up. They're like, I don't have I need an accountability partner. Cool, cool. And then you flip it to possibility. Oh, cool. What do you think is possible if you had an accountability partner? Or what do you think is possible if you had someone write your meal plan? Or what do you think it's possible if you knew how to work out? What do you think is possible if you had motivation? Over the next, and I ask them how, based on the length of your program, based on the next 12 weeks, and they'll tell you. And then my next money line is just, do you want some help?
Okay.
Just, do you want some help? And then it goes into, great, let's do this, dot, dot, dot. Let's set up a call. Let's set up a free consultation. And I'd love to put together a roadmap for you. We can see where you're at, where you want to be. I can tell you exactly what to do. If it makes sense, we can chat about coaching together. Would it be helpful if I sent you my meeting link? Write that line down. Would it be helpful if I sent you my meeting link? Hell yeah. Who would say no to that? That's like, no, I don't think that'd be helpful at all. Like,
Yeah.
of course that'd be helpful. So you ask them a very easy question. Do you think it would be helpful to schedule some time in your calendar so we can review where you're at, where you want to go, and come together, put together a little game plan? We can also talk about coaching if it makes sense working together. Sound good? Boom. Then you book them in.
Yeah. That's good.
There's a
That's
few
really
other,
good.
there's a few other things, but dude, that's the name. Like that is all you need to focus on. And then just going back into, it's like, where do we start these conversations? Um, all right, 1 second. Okay, so you've got your DM closing script. So let's just talk about closing. So follow up on all your 2 steps with pop DM script. All right. Most importantly, let's just go back up to how do we start conversations. So we're going to do the DM Power Hour. I've been calling it this for like 7 years, the DM Power Hour. So kind of like your workflow for the day. It's rise and then feed post, story post, plus a poll, plus CTA. And then you go right into your DM Power Hour. So what we want to do is 20 convos a day minimum, scale up to 40. So where we start is 10 new welcome videos. You received that one from me, eh, Ryan? You remember that? The welcome
Yep.
video?
Yep.
So 10 new welcome videos um, to new followers. If you don't have 10 new followers, you just send them to your current followers. So let's just take a quick look. Um,
And that's where, me and Colton kind of broke down everything is where, because I'm new and I've been trying to follow people, it's a lot of fitness people. There's a lot of other people that I'm following and we've kind of followed each other. So, I haven't really built up my ideal avatar, my ideal client yet. And that's kind of the main focus on how do I get those people. And that's what I'm kind of, trying to do now with, more content and stuff like that.
yeah, gotcha. We'll get to that in a moment. But right now you do have 1,500 people. So work those 15. So 10 new, um, 10 welcome videos to current followers. I mean, you could do more, but this is just like the bare minimum.
Okay.
Um, and these questions, you're basically asking people, what brought you to my world? How long you been following me? You're just building rapport. So it's rapport and then intent of your conversation. Hey, it'd be cool if I ask you some questions to see if I can possibly help you. Qualify. You want some help. And I would use our DM script for that. So we're going to just see if there's anybody in that 3 to 10% of followers that are ready to buy right now.
Okay.
So this is happening every day. And then with the polls, where else can you start conversations? Story viewers, likes, comments, polls. Those are like your easy ones. So these are all people we can start combos with. And just going back, all we got to do is book one call per day.
Okay.
So now in terms of like audience growth, I'm going to give you some like really tactical things here. So 30 minutes a day equals like just call it influencer infiltration, which equals post on 30 accounts. It's just kind of rapid fire of guys who have your dream clients.
Okay.
Ask questions, engage, drop some value. Gary Vee taught this like a long time ago. Drop your 2 cents. It still works. People are like, oh, really? Like it actually still works, right? So you just got to get visibility. What also happens is you're starting to train the algorithm with like showing like who you engage with. So if
Okay.
you're engaging with other fitness accounts, dad accounts, and that, like they're gonna start to show your stuff to those types of followers as well.
That makes
So
sense.
that's right. So that's big. This stuff, we don't really like teach hashtags, interests, and all that, but when you're first starting, it can help a bit. So hashtags, interests, and using the kind of keywords like fat loss for men, fat loss workouts for men, that kind of stuff, and like keywords in the captions equals showing your content to more of the right people. So one of the advantages you do have with like being a newer account is that the algorithm hasn't figured out who to show your stuff to yet.
Okay.
So even under the interest settings, you can start to show your workouts, your content to like gym workouts, strength training workouts. So you get more of the right people who start to engage with your account. Right. So you can do that. This stuff isn't the stuff that's going to move the needle though. What's going to move the needle is you come in a badass on the reels.
Okay.
So a couple tips here. Were you on the training I did this morning?
I wasn't on the one this morning, no.
Watch the replay. It was a full hour and we did 10 different tips on
Okay.
how to basically become better at reels. One of them was using called the U method. So basically only speak to one person on camera. So don't say, hey guys, all All right. If you're a busy professional, you're going to want to listen to this. It's you'll. So always speak to one person on your videos. And we
Okay.
broke this down for like, we did a ton of examples. Um, Hook expansion is another technique. What this basically means is when you're starting off your videos, even though you're targeting dads, I wouldn't say, if you're a dad who wants to lose weight, listen up. Because you just lost a lot of people who are not dads, which kills the algorithm reach. What I would say instead is, if you want to lose 30 pounds of belly fat, listen up. If you
Okay.
have to lose weight, never eat these foods, because you're immediately going to grab everybody's attention. And on growing your audience, you need maximum viewership.
Okay.
Um, Shorter the better. Those are like three things. And then the next one is like actually script your videos to eliminate fluff and say out loud. Shirtless, skin, cells, that will never change. So if you're in shape, the more skin, the better. You're going to get more visibility on your content.
Okay.
Realm of competence basically means if you're teaching muscle building, you're not going to teach it in your office. You're going to be in the gym in a tank top. If you're teaching nutrition, you're in the kitchen. So you want to be in your realm of competence, right?
Okay.
So people immediately know if this guy's a trainer, right? This guy's a trainer. This is probably one of the best fitness accounts to study. I consider this guy like one of the best fitness content creators. His content's so good. Um, he puts a lot of production, but just to kind of give you, like, you immediately know this guy's a trainer. Like, you immediately know this guy's going to teach you like workouts. It's like zero, zero. I wonder if he's a relationship coach. Like, crystal clear what this guy does.
Yeah.
So this is a good account to like start. This is like, I would consider one of the best accounts, fitness accounts out there, in my opinion.
Okay.
So we have to start to think of like, what's your format, also. So I'll give you another example. Danica, she's a new, actually not super new, but her content started popping off when she started doing everything in the gym. So like, you immediately know, like, she's in the same outfit, she's in the same gym. You quickly know, oh, she's a trainer. So like, you can tell she's going to teach me how to work out. So we want to start thinking like, when people come to my page, does it look like a timeless resource,
Okay.
not like a thoughtless feed? Like, it's like, oh crap, I just found a guy that can give me all my workouts. And this is what's going to start getting the saves and the shares as well, which is what's going to grow your audience.
Okay.
The biggest thing for you is I would just give out straight out workout tips. Get guys results. Like, one of your types of content should be pure workouts.
Okay. And when
It
you,
does take some. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say on that. I mean, do you focus more? Do you think it's a big deal to like, hey, here's like the full workout, or even like just focus on like a single lift and show 5 to 10 seconds of it and then talk about it? Like, is that better to do than you have a lot more, content options?
Test it all, man. Give, like, good marketing is always unpredictable. So, hey
Okay.
guys, we're going to look at how to build the side delts here today. Hey guys, I'm going to give you guys a finisher, a killer ab circuit, but like, I would mix it up. I'm going to walk you guys through a full chest workout today.
Okay.
But I would give them like stuff they can actually do. Um, Another good content creator is this kid named Christian Fleenor. This guy's stuff's really good too. Can you still see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Like, just, yeah, he puts out some good high energy training footage.
Yeah. Really easy to tell
Uploads.
what he's showing too.
Exactly. I think it's all 45s. Yeah, so just let's leave it at that for now. I know we've been going for about an hour now, so why don't we just pause there? What have been your biggest takeaways for today?
I mean, honestly, just the action items. That's and the kind of the offer too. I mean, instead of saying, "Hey guys, like I have this program, like reach out to me," and that's what I kind of just did. Like I've kind of kept my Instagram and stuff separate a little bit than my Facebook, but even on Facebook, I shared my SMS post of like, "Hey, I'm looking for." It's like I was just very, I have a program, not specifically, and I had some people reach out, but again, it's a lot easier now with an actual definite, like, here's what the program could be called, here's what I'm focusing on, and here's what I need to focus on with my content a little more.
Amazing. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Awesome stuff, man. So, biggest thing for you is just, one rule we have in our world is during your journey of growing your business, you can be one of three colors. You can be green, yellow, or red. Green means you're clear and moving forward. Yellow means you're feeling slow and stuck. You're getting frustrated, discouraged. Red means you're about to hit the panic button and just say, I'm done. We have
Okay.
one rule in the group. You're not allowed to go red.
Okay.
Because if you feel like you're going to go red, you always have to raise your hand to one of the coaches or on a call and just say, hey, I'm feeling yellow, and we'll get you unstuck. It's very normal to see a lot of green and yellow throughout the course of the year, but you're not allowed to see red because you always raise your hand. You never suffer in silence, never get stuck on lonely entrepreneurial island, which is where a lot of people go and don't come back.
Yeah. And you can tell that early. It's funny, just, once you change your lifestyle, just how many people around you, don't want that version of you, but it's the best version. So, I just got to stick to it.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy, you're going to kick butt.
I appreciate it. That was awesome.
All right,
Thank you so
buddy.
much.
Okay, Ryan, have a great night, man.
Hey, see you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, take care. Awesome.
Bye.